Welcome back to part 2 on the Red Couch with Katrine Karley. You told me a great story. I would love for you to share it about a woman that called you and wanted to sell her house because you also help.
Yes, I work with realtors. They call me quite often, and say,
Right.
I got this house that I really need to sell, and it's been on the market for a year or 2 years. What am I going to do? And all I want is just for your, solution of help to help me sell the house. So the word got around that there was a contractor that had built this, I guess you might say it was a division, home division of all kinds of different condos and apartments and houses, and he called me. So he said, I've got to have money too for the bank and everything. So let's see how many we can sell. I said, okay, I can't promise you anything, but we'll look. And after selling there was 9 on for sale, and 7 of them sold in 45 days.
Wow.
And that was in a decreased time of money.
Yeah.
Yeah. So back to the story that you asked me about the woman. She wanted to sell her house immediately. She and her husband were retiring, going up north,
Yep.
going to have a wonderful life. And she called me and she said, Katrine, I really don't know you, but I don't want all the feng shui, but I've heard you really know how to help people sell their home. And I said, okay. So I went to her home. And before I go to anyone, I always meditate. And I go into a space that I ask just to connect with that person on a personal level if possible. And what happened was when I got there, I thought, oh, she lives on a cul-de-sac. That's not positive. So her chi's running around in a circle.
When you say chi, I'm just going to interrupt for 1 second. You
Vital energy. Energy. So anyway, when I got there, the cul-de-sac, I thought, well, that's one down. Then her walkway to her home, I couldn't find.
You said it was like a zigzag.
It was. It was like zigzag, zigzag. Here I go, and I'm going. What am I going into? Okay, let's get grounded. So I finally found the front door, which you don't really want to do that. You don't want to hide away. So, but anyway, I opened up the door, and she opened up the door, and when she did, I felt a little uneasy. And I'm always glad to see people. I mean, it's an honor for me when people invite me into their home.
Yeah.
It's a very sacred thing to be invited into someone's home. So I get in and I'm looking around, and she's very excited and telling me all about the things that she and her husband are going to retire and do. And all of a sudden I'm beginning to feel a little bit nauseous, and I look at her health area without thinking about selling the house, because that's what I always do. And when I looked at the health area, there were some things there that was not really appropriate for a healthy home. And so I asked her, and then I was feeling like I was a little intuitive at that time, you might say. And so anyway, I said, has anyone been sick? And she said, oh, no one's been sick. I said, has anybody been ill next door? Because energy travels, where you live. And she said, oh, no, our community's fine. I said, okay. So as we were talking, I'm beginning to realize somebody is very sick in the family. And so I go ahead and tell her that we're going to do the feng shui to sell your house. And here's what, I'm going to tell you what I got, because I get a lot of information when I'm doing that. And what happened was that I got that her house was going to sell. And I told her, I said, your house is going to sell, and it is going to sell for cash, but it's not going to sell right away because you're going to need this home.
Mm-hmm.
She said, need the home? I said, yeah, you're going to need it. I said, if you haven't been sick, I would suggest you and your family go, just for safety, go have an exam. And she said, well, I don't know of any reason. I said, well, think about it for a moment, if you don't mind. And if you can share that with me, it would be nice. She said, well, she had breast cancer at one time. But 6 months ago, she was fine. So when leaving, I said, you can throw it out. You can do whatever you like.
Right.
But it's my obligation, since you hired me, to tell you that I would be on the phone calling my physician and maybe going in for a checkup just to make sure, because it's always best to make sure. So she did, and 2 days later she went in for surgery. It saved her life. So Feng Shui has a strange way, we might say, of working its energy around that we don't even know about, because it's much on a higher vibration and frequency than we normally work in.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a powerful story.
It's the most powerful one that I've done. I've done a lot of things, but it's my favorite because I saw them a couple of months later, and they were both had their heads shaved, and the husband was supporting her.
Wow.
And she said, our house is sold, and it did sell for cash.
Wow.
So, testimony was good.
Now, you've done so many different types of consultations. You did
Yeah.
some landscaping on a West Coast house of Bill Gates many years ago. You did.
Oh, that was a surprise.
Sounds like a fun surprise.
It was. It was an unexpected one. Yes, I was on the Wisdom Channel at that time. It was national, and I was live, and some lady there said, she called me and she said, I just have to have you. And she had a landscaping business. And she said, I not only want you to do the landscaping, I want you to do my home as well. So I said, okay, we'll pick out a time. And I flew out for a month. And the landscaping business, Bill Gates' landscaper, was, coming to buy trees and things to do it. And he told him that I was in town. Well, he said I would like to have her pick out some very, very nice feng shui trees for Mr. Gates.
And you
So-
picked out some red ones, I believe.
Oh yeah, they were beautiful. It's a beautiful area, of course, and Oregon is, and it's just like, okay, I'm. It doesn't bother me, that it was Bill Gates, but it made me feel good.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now,
So-
speaking of red,
Yeah.
so we're on a red couch.
Yes.
So why would it be good to have a red couch in your house?
Because it's exciting, and depending on the area that it's in, if it's in a playful area, you're going to be very playful and excited, and it's going to draw in. It raises the vital energy in your home. Red does. You want to always have a little something red in a room, whether it's a red candle, a red rose, whatever it is. You want something red.
Yeah.
But a red sofa makes a really powerful statement, and you're a very powerful woman.
Thank you. As are you.
Well, you are very powerful.
You've worked with women. You've really helped women in so many ways. You started out in cosmetology.
Yeah.
You had, tell me about your makeup line and the face place.
Oh, well, I didn't know what I was going to do, out of school, taking college courses that I really didn't care for. But anyway, because I was so creative. So I came up with this name called the Face Place, and I said, I'm going to design my own little boutique, as we called it then in those days. And so I decided, I called Calvin Klein's company and got Calvin Klein, the only one in the United States besides Saks Fifth Avenue when he had cosmetics. And I put in Milopa, which was a Switzerland. And so it just helped so many people. And then I added a line called Floyd Roberts,
Oh, right.
the Afro-American line, that nobody wanted at that day and time, in their business. But everybody needs a beauty
Yeah.
treatment of some kind,
Absolutely.
no matter who you are or where you are.
So all of the different jobs that you've had, it's almost like Feng Shui is the culmination of all of your talents and your
Yes.
creative interests.
Yes.
And how has Feng Shui changed your life personally?
Well, when the devastation came in my life with a major divorce and wipeout time, I lost my father, my homes. It was, I don't think I was present when that all took place. And when Feng Shui came, I thought, my gifts that I've been given, I can utilize them in Feng Shui. And so let's just start again. And that's what I did in California.
What a great choice that you made.
Oh, I wouldn't trade it for anything.
And what my favorite thing about it is that no matter what's going on, if you have a relationship problem, or if you have money problems, or if you have whatever it is, there's always a fix. Like in Feng Shui, there's always a cure.
Always. Always.
That's very hopeful.
It's very, very powerful. And you just have to be careful when you use it, you know, because you can put some things in the wrong place and have, you know, not happy things to happen. So you want to make sure that your consultant has a degree and not a 3-week certificate,
Absolutely.
you know.
So for those of us who are watching and just want to know, like, we can't hire you for, you know, any huge project, but we just want to know, what are the 3 most important things we could do in our home right now?
Well, the first thing is the most important thing in your home is your bed, because we spend 1/3 of our time sleeping there. For better health, your spine, everything, you have to have a good night's sleep. So you want to have the best mattress, the most comfortable bed you can possibly have.
Right.
And then another is your desk, where you do your work. No matter what you pay your bills or whatever it is, you want a steady, strong, powerful desk that you can have in your home. And so, because we always are reading and studying, most of us.
I can't just use my dining room table anymore.
Not really. It's okay because I spread it everywhere. But the more desks you have in your home, the more success you'll have.
I gotta buy a new desk. Okay, go
Yeah,
ahead. Sorry.
okay.
Third one.
Third one is your dining tables where you eat, because it's for digestion. And that is the healthy part of also the food. So you want to have a really nice dining room. And you want it to be wood, because no glass see-through, because the energy runs right through. And digestion, red is not the most favorite color to have in your dining room.
That's the only time we're not gonna have the red couch.
No, we're not going to have a couch in the dining room. No. Red Lobster may, but not us.
You've done so many amazing things and you've helped so many people. What is your vision for yourself for where you want to go? You've already done so many things, I don't know if you have one.
I really don't have a vision because we're in such a turbulence now, the world is, you know. But mine is always helping, and it always has been. In my spiritual path, Feng Shui really brought me into more of a spiritual balance, and to breathe and just take time for yourself, you know, because women don't take time for themselves. They're mothers, they're workers, you know, they're working on a job, they're running errands. You know how that is.
Yes, I do.
With
So
your son.
is that your secret? Like, if you had a secret, and you probably have many secrets, but if you could just share one secret to living a happy and successful life, what would it be?
Tap into your spirituality that's inside your soul. Your soul is always going to guide you. People can give advice all day long, but when it comes to what you truly want for yourself, there's only one person who can answer that for you, and that's yourself. So my advice is, find yourself and visits with yourself.
Thank you so much for coming, Katrine. Thank you for joining us
On the red couch.